One day on the island of Sodor, Thomas the Tank Engine was pulling Annie and Plarail along the main line. He had just stopped at Wellsworth Station when Percy had arrived to collect some trucks. "Hello, Thomas," whistled Percy. "I wish I could pull coaches instead of these trucks." "Well, maybe Sir Topham Hatt will give you coaches like mine," said Thomas. Just then, James puffed into the junction. "Make way for an important engine," wheezed James, "which means you need to move out of the way, dirty Percy." "Don't call me dirty," retorted Percy. "Oh, please," said James. "You two tank engines will never understand the importance of being me." "James, why do you always think of yourself before us?" asked Thomas. "Well, why would I need to think about anybody else?" said James, and with that he left. "Why does James always have to be so rude?" asked Percy. He felt hurt, and so did Thomas. "I don't know," said Thomas, "but we need to teach him a lesson." "Yes," said Percy, "but how?" Thomas looked over at the trucks that Percy was about to take, and he got a naughty idea. "James over there was just talking about how you are all just a bunch of dirty, unimportant pieces of trash," said Thomas. The trucks chattered with each other. "Who's James to say such things? He's lucky enough to pull us. Oh, let's teach him a lesson." James would soon get a run for his money. The very next day, Sir Topham Hatt came into the yards. "I need an engine to take a line of trucks to Knapford Station. Percy, can you please do it?" Now, Thomas had told Percy about his plan the night before, so Percy was going to make James take the train instead of him. "Please, sir," he said, "did James take it instead of me? He told me he wanted to take this line of trucks in particular." Sir Topham Hatt was very surprised, but he agreed. James was very cross. "I never said I wanted to pull that train," cried James, "and now I have to take all those annoying trucks. Thanks a lot, dirty Percy." And he shuffled crossly away to the station. Soon James arrived to collect his trucks. "Hello, James," diddled the trucks. "Ready to learn from those who know? Just shut up and stay out of my way." "Yes, James," diddled the trucks. But eventually, James was coupled up, and they were off. The trucks had made their plan to teach James a lesson for what he had supposedly said. James arrived at Gordon's Hill, and he began to climb. Soon, they reached the top, but James had forgot to put on his brakes. The troublesome truck's chance had come. "Go on! Go on!" they cried, and together the troublesome trucks pushed James down the hill. On, screamed the trucks. "Stop pushing me! Stop pushing me!" hissed James. "You're gonna make me..." Poor James had come off the rails. "Bother those trucks," said James. "How dare they push an engine like me off the rails?" Just then, Thomas came along with a breakdown train. "James, are you all right?" he asked, even though he was trying not to laugh. "Yeah, I'm fine," James replied. "Thanks for coming to help me. I'm sorry I was rude to you and Percy." "Well, I forgive you, James," said Thomas, "but you will need to apologize to Percy on your own time." Soon, James was back on the rails and he headed to the sheds. When he arrived that evening, he saw Percy talking with Thomas, and he decided that now was a good time to apologize. "I'm sorry for being mean to you, Percy. I shouldn't have been so rude." "That's all right," replied Percy. "We can have an alliance if you want, you, me, and Thomas, helping each other out whenever we need it." "Sounds good to me," said James. "I'm glad you're all happy," said Edward. "But we have a big day of work tomorrow, so let's get some sleep." "Okay, Edward," said the three allies, and together and happy, the three engines went to sleep. So that's going to be all for this video, guys. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments what you thought of this video. But that's all for now, guys. This is the Blue OJ Leader, and I'll see you later.